Saturday Morning RPG is, not surprisingly, a turn-based RPG. The art style and graphics are modeled after an 80s or maybe early 90s cartoon, and the script is full of 80s and 90s references. This is the first in an episodic series following Marty, the lead character, who is a kid that falls asleep, and in his dreams he fights off the evil commander to try and save the princess. The weapons he's given come in the form of scratch and sniff stickers and different objects stored in a binder that looks suspiciously like a trapper keeper from the era. The deliberately campy and cliché script unfolds as Marty explores the world around him on his skateboard or on foot, but the bulk of the game takes place in the combat system, where Marty is on one side of the screen and the enemies are on the other. There's a constantly changing turn order based on the speed and power of the attacks that you perform. Marty can either punch, charge up his battery for a bigger attack later, or use one of the special abilities like throwing a CD or turning into a truck via a Transformer toy. Unfortunately, the combat is just one big QuickTime event after another. Most of the attacks consist of a cursor moving quickly back and forth on a meter, and the object is to time your button press so that you get a righteous hit. One of the other types of QuickTime events consists of button prompts on screen, and you have to timely press those buttons on your keyboard or controller. The only real bit of strategy in the game comes from knowing when to charge up your battery so that you can get a bigger swing next turn. If you're wondering how to charge up your battery in guessed QuickTime event, you're right. You can charge up your battery in one of a couple of different ways. You can use the non-interactive way, in which you just press the button and it goes up, or you can choose to mash the Z key over and over again, or you can choose the fast meter method, where you have to time your button presses for maximum effect. It takes a special kind of game for me to really enjoy repeated on-screen meters and button prompts, and Saturday Morning RPG isn't it. Considering the fact that I completed the primary campaign in well under an hour, even though the game is less than $6, the value just wasn't there for me. Even at that price, unless you're looking for a deliberately cliched and campy script, or you absolutely fall in love with the art style, there's no way that I can recommend Saturday Morning RPG.